Hey everybody, Healthy Prepper here. I thought I'd go over some common things that we preppers tend to encounter as we go along with our prepping. One lovely thing that we tend to encounter a lot is this line of thinking. Preppers are crazy. And perhaps you have been approached by family or friends if you have revealed that you're a prepper to either a few close contacts or to the world, depending on what your philosophy is. But you may have encountered some little sticky issues along the way. So I thought I'd give you some comebacks, or at least my thoughts on some common things that have come up along my journey prepping. And the first one is, you are crazy for prepping. Well, my thought on the matter is, well, I may be crazy or I may be not, but if anything does happen, I'll be the crazy one with the food and the supplies and the medical supplies and the cleaning supplies and the water handled, and I can sleep better at night. If nothing happens, then I'm just the crazy one with all the supplies, which I'm going to use up anyway, so nothing's really lost. So who's crazy? And whose door are you going to be coming to when or if an apocalyptic pinch does occur, whatever that is to you. My next one is the world famous, are you nuts? All that food will go bad. Well, it is possible for some foods to go bad, this is true, but if you take special care in preparing your food in packaging that will withstand longer terms. For example, a lot of the canned food will go beyond the expiration date on the can. Some people believe it can be stored indefinitely in the can as long as it's not exposed to oxygen. There may be some degradation to nutrient content or taste over time, but overall, the food is pretty good. Also, I've got several videos on how to store pastas and cereals for long term using Ziploc Mylar, regular Mylar bags, and vacuum seal bags to help you store things in alternative packaging so that you can really extend the life of food. So you've got to think outside of, yes, the box. Okay, so my next one that you probably all heard, you are a hoarder. Ooh, that sounds awful, doesn't it? Well, I think that there's a fine line between hoarder and organized prepper. And I like to think of myself as an organized prepper, or at least in the process of organizing myself. I take a lot of time in knowing what I have, and knowing what I need, and knowing where to find it when I need it. And I believe a well-stocked pantry is a valuable asset for any family in case of any pinch. We've certainly seen with Hurricane Sandy how long it can take to get basic supplies, electricity, etc., to a very well-populated area that should be able to get these things to them relatively quickly. And this storm, this insult to the area, was relatively fast, over, and still look how long they're without stuff. So I would rather be the one with the old can of soup in the cupboard than the one without it. Okay, so then I have, are you preparing for World War III? Hopefully not, is my answer. I certainly don't want anything like that to happen, but if it does, I will at least have a good stockpile of food and supplies and medical supplies at the ready if need be. I can be of assistance to my family, myself, and others. If I don't prepare anything, I have nothing to share or offer anybody else. So I don't know what the future holds any more than anybody else does, but I think that as long as I'm healthy and fit and strong, it is my obligation to make sure that I have enough food, medical, water, and basic supplies for long term in case of any apocalyptic pinch. This just makes sense to me. We buy insurance of all other kinds. Why wouldn't you prepare with food? I also buy GOFoods. It's very, very long-term food storage, which is really good, and we can eat it now. So I really feel comfortable about that. I think that was a very wise investment. Not everybody feels that way. I respect your opinions, but I certainly feel that it's a good idea to think ahead a little bit. Could be totally wrong here, maybe nothing will happen, but I think every generation will experience some major insult, and I think that the way things are going on in the world, that probably something is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a quote-unquote slow, orderly decline, or it's going to be a catastrophic event, natural or, domestic or non-domestic in cause, but it's certainly a good idea to have a few things put aside just in case. I mean, honestly, the worst thing you have is a few cans of soup put aside. Not so bad. Okay, so next we have, how can you spare all that space? Well, good question. And I've had a lot of comments on, well, that's great for you, but I don't have all that room. And what I would suggest is think from possibility. Look what space you do have. Look for hidden space that you don't realize you have. Think drawers, cupboards, under the bed, in the wall of the closet, the back of the wall of the closet. Can you remove the drywall? Can you carve out extra space in places that you might not be thinking of? These are good ideas to add extra storage. How can you combine things together so they take up less space? If you really are restricted on space, I suggest storing things that are dried or low heat dried or dehydrated, because anything in a can, obviously, you have to handle all that water content. So I definitely recommend doing this without water. That will save you on a lot of storage space. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on how to organize and store things in small spaces. Give a few of those a view and you will get some great ideas. Okay, this is my favorite one. You have no life. All you do is prep. Actually, not true. I have lots of time to go out there and do the things that I love to do. Walking, hiking, play with my dogs, hang out with my husband, that type of thing. So what the prepping does is it gives me peace of mind so that when I'm out having fun, I can really have some fun. And we've just had so many things that are real lately around us, like Sandy, etc., that it really does give me peace of mind knowing that I've got at least something. And a lot of my friends and relatives who thought I was crazy initially are coming around, and I'm seeing them actually ask me a lot of questions and start putting a few extra things aside. And of course there's the big bushel full of them who say, if anything happens, I'm coming straight over to your house. But then there's always the question of, can they make it here? Will they make it here? Will the roads be clear, passable? Will they have enough supplies to get from there to here? So, although I don't let tons of people in my personal sphere know that I prep, I do let my closest friends and family know. It's kind of hard to avoid. They see the pantry / in-house store when they come over. So they always have questions, and I love to share comments and ideas. So there you go, folks. These might be some of the things that you're faced with as a prepper, maybe as I have been faced with. And those are some thoughts and ideas of how I deal with those things with them and in my own mind. I hope this is of assistance. Happy and healthy prepping. Take care, everyone.